So let's talk about building something incredible. We're going to dive into Stephen Covey's masterpiece, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. But I want you to forget about just picking up a few new tricks. Think bigger. We're talking about being an architect, the architect of your very own personal empire.
You know that feeling, right? Like you're on a hamster wheel. You're busy all day, answering emails, putting out fires, just reacting to everything. And at the end of the day, you collapse on the couch and think, what did I actually accomplish today? The answer to that problem isn't some new productivity app. Nope, it's something much, much deeper.
And this is it. This is the absolute core of the whole thing, a paradigm shift. Covey argues that if we want to make real, lasting change, we can't just change our actions. We have to change the very glasses we're using to see the world. It's not about what you do, it's about how you see. The way we see the problem, well, that is the problem.
To get what this feels like, picture the story Covey tells. You're on a quiet subway car. A man gets on with his kids, and they are just running wild, yelling, being obnoxious, and you're getting more and more annoyed, right? You're judging this guy. Then he looks up and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. We just came from the hospital. Their mother just died an hour ago." And bam! In a single instant, your irritation doesn't just fade, it flips into this wave of compassion. The facts of the situation didn't change, but your entire reality did. That's a paradigm shift, and that's where we have to start.
Okay, so if we're building an empire, we have to start with a solid foundation. You can't build a skyscraper on sand. This first phase is what Covey calls the private victory. It's all about mastering yourself before you try to lead anyone else. It's about winning the battles within.
And here's the cornerstone of that foundation. Be proactive. This is the big one. It's the simple but profound idea that between what happens to you, the stimulus, and how you react, the response, there's a little gap, a space. And inside that space is your freedom, your power to choose. You aren't just a product of your DNA or your environment. You're a product of your choices. You are the architect. You're holding the pen.
You can literally hear the difference in someone's mindset just by listening to their words. On the left, you've got reactive language. It's all about blaming something else. There's nothing I can do. I have to. It gives all the power away. But look at the right side. Proactive language takes ownership. I choose to. I will. What are our options? It's a small shift in words, but it's a massive shift in power.
So where do proactive people put all that energy? They focus on their circle of influence. These are the things they can actually do something about: their attitude, their work ethic, how they treat people. And here's the cool part. When you focus all your energy there on the things you can control, your circle of influence actually starts to get bigger. It's an amazing thing to see.
All right, so we've laid the cornerstone with proactivity. Now we need the blueprint for our empire. That's habit 2. Begin with the end in mind. I mean, think about it. You would never, ever start building a house without a detailed plan, right? So why would we live our lives that way? This is all about having a crystal clear vision of where you're going.
Now, this exercise Covey suggests is intense, but it's so powerful. Just for a second, picture your own funeral. Who's there? What do you want your spouse, your kids, your best friend, your coworker to say about you? Answering that question honestly cuts through all the daily noise and gets right to the heart of what you truly value. It helps you find your true north.
Okay, cornerstone is laid. Blueprint is drawn. Now what? Now it's time for the daily construction. Habit 3, put first things first, is where the rubber meets the road. This is the habit of execution, of personal management. It's about turning that big, beautiful vision into what you actually do, moment by moment, day by day.
And this is the question you have to ask yourself. And you have to be honest. Is your time going toward what you said was important back in Habit 2? Because if Habit 2 is leadership, deciding what the first things are, Habit 3 is management. It's having the discipline to say no to the unimportant stuff so you can say yes to what truly matters.
This matrix just makes it all so clear. Most of us get stuck bouncing between Quadrant I, the crisis mode, fighting fires, and Quadrant 3, which is basically other people's emergencies and interruptions. The real secret? Effective people build their lives in Quadrant 2. It's the stuff that's super important but not urgent. Think planning, relationship building, learning new skills. The more time you spend in Quadrant 2, the smaller Quadrant I gets. It's like preventative medicine for your life.
So once you've gotten a handle on yourself, once you've achieved that private victory, you're ready for the next level. This is the public victory. This is where you move from I to we, from independence to interdependence. This is where you stop just building your foundation and start expanding your empire by building powerful alliances with other people.
And the operating system for this public victory is Habit 4, Think Win-Win.
And let's be clear, this is not a technique, it's a total mindset. It's a deep belief that life isn't a zero-sum game. It's a cooperative arena, not a competitive one. It's constantly looking for solutions where everybody walks away feeling good about the outcome.
Most of our culture, from school to sports, trains us in win-lose thinking. For me to win, you have to lose. But that's a terrible way to build relationships or a business. A real win-win approach is based on an abundance mentality, the belief that there's plenty of pie for everyone. And you know what the most advanced form of win-win is? It's being willing to walk away if you can't find a solution that works for both of you. That's no deal. It takes real courage.
Wow. Just let that one sink in for a minute. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply. This quote is just devastatingly true, isn't it? And it's the perfect setup for the next habit, which is honestly the key to unlocking almost every other habit.
This is habit 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. And the key skill here is empathic listening. This isn't just waiting for your turn to talk. It's a deep, genuine desire to see the world through the other person's eyes. You have to diagnose before you prescribe. You have to give that person what Covey calls psychological air, the feeling of being completely and totally heard. It is the most powerful communication tool on the planet.
And when you do that, when you combine a win-win attitude with deep empathic listening, something amazing happens. You get synergy. This is habit 6. It's the idea that the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. It's not my way or your way. It's finding a third, better way that neither of us could have come up with alone. It's that creative magic where 1 + 1 = 3 or 10 or even 100. Okay, your empire is built. It's thriving. You're working in synergy with others. So now what? How do you make sure this incredible thing you've built actually lasts? Well, this final habit is all about maintenance. It's about making sure your empire has a lasting legacy. Covey tells this great little story about a woodcutter who's sawing away at a tree, getting more and more exhausted and less effective. Someone comes along and asks, "Hey, why don't you take a break and sharpen your saw?" And the guy replies, "I can't. I'm too busy sawing." That's us, isn't it? Habit 7, sharpen the saw, is about remembering that you are the saw. You have to take the time to renew yourself. And this isn't just about taking a vacation. It's a balanced, consistent renewal across all 4 key areas of your life. You have to take care of your body, the physical dimension. You have to keep learning and growing, the mental. You have to nurture your relationships, the social and emotional. And you have to connect with your core values, the spiritual. This habit is what makes all the other 6 possible, because it preserves and enhances your single greatest asset, you.
And there you have it. That's the whole blueprint. You start with the private victory, be proactive, begin with the end in mind, and put first things first. Then you expand with the public victory. Think win-win, seek first to understand and synergize. And you sustain it all forever by sharpening the saw. So let's end with this one simple thought. Looking at that list, don't get overwhelmed. You don't have to master all 7 by tomorrow. Just ask yourself this question. Which one of these habits, if I really truly committed to it starting today, would have the biggest positive impact on my life right now? Find that one and start there. That's how you begin building your empire.